Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Today we're going to be getting into my May TBR, and y'all, I am so ready for summer. May for me feels like the start of summer because my partner's a teacher and he gets off work for summer, and it's Texas. Here where I live in Texas, so it is boiling hot. I'm ready for all the juicy summer poolside reads and to escape the showers of April. The April showers were really getting me down. You will see that when you see my April wrap up in a few days. But for now, it is all about May and the books that I'm going to read this month. But before we get into the books, I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Dossier. Y'all know I love working with Dossier. If you don't know much about them or you haven't heard me talk about them somehow, they are a perfume brand with this adorable packaging, and they are exactly what it says on the box, iconic scents that are recognizable and luxury quality with no markups. I'm talking you can get a phenomenal and adorable fragrance like this one for a fraction of the price. This is their powdery tobacco scent, which smells exactly like Tom Ford tobacco, and this is one of their gender neutral scents. I love the more like spicy, musky ones, and yes, it does smell exactly like the Tom Ford. These always last on my skin, and I get so many compliments on them when I wear them out. Another one that I have here is Floral Rhubarb, and Floral Rhubarb is based on Marc Jacobs' Perfect. Oh my gosh, this is one of my best friend's signature scents, and I cannot wait to give it to her so she doesn't have to go to Sephora and spend an arm and a leg when you can literally get a Dossier perfume for between $49 and $29, and it's exactly like a designer scent. It's amazing. So if you want to check out Dossier, of course, I will have my link down below with a code so you can get some money off. But Dossier is also being sold in Walmart now, so you can also buy Dossier at Walmart. Check them out. It's super accessible. I love that they are expanding and they're available in new places, retail stores. It's so great. And there are some more exciting drops coming from Dossier later in the month that I cannot wait to share with you, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much to Dossier for sponsoring this video, and let's go ahead and get into the TBR. I have quite a few vlogs planned for May. I don't know if they're all actually going to happen, but these are my hopefuls. I have 4 vlog options, and one that I know is going to happen is a new release thriller vlog. I haven't done one in a couple months. I've just been a little bit slumpy, so it's time to bring them back, and hopefully the burnout that I'm experiencing with traditionally published thrillers will not hit me this month. I just feel like every traditionally published thriller right now that's popular is the same. They go by the same blueprint, and it is so annoying and hard to read a bunch of them back to back. So I'm hoping at least a couple of these are going to be standouts. The first one that I'm going to be putting in that vlog is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. This is also my Pretty Girl book club pick. If you want to join my book club, my Patreon is always linked down below. And this month for May, we are going to be reading The Last Word. I love No Exit by Taylor Adams, so I'm really excited to get into this one. I want to go in completely blind and just let it take me on a ride. So I've been trying to avoid spoilers and discussions about it. I know from watching my Patreon Discord and just seeing people talk about it that it's one that a lot of people are enjoying, but I don't want to know too much about it. I'm just happy that my king came out with another book, and I'm excited to read it for y'all this month. I'll also be picking up The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda for that video, and last year's Megan Miranda was a big flop for me. It ended up in my worst books of 2022. So let's hope The Only Survivors is a little bit better than that. It does sound more action-packed than The Last to Vanish, which came out last year. I love the tagline. It says 7 hours in the past, 7 days in the present, 7 survivors remaining. Who would you save? 2 decades ago, 2 vans filled with high school seniors on a school trip crashed into a ravine, a tragedy that claimed the lives of multiple classmates and teachers. The 9 students who managed to escape were changed forever, and a year later, one of the survivors dies by suicide on the anniversary of the crash. The rest of them then make a pact to come together each year and commemorate the terrible night, kind of check up on each other and make sure that they're all doing okay. So this group becomes like really toxically close. Obviously, they're trauma bonded with each other, and things go from there. It seems like there's going to be a lot of depth, a lot of backstory, so hopefully this one doesn't put me to sleep. I also want to read You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose in that new release thriller video, and I love, love, love Geneva Rose books. Both of her previous books I have given 4.5 and 5 stars, so I'm hopeful for another banger. I've also heard this one is over the top, ridiculous, rich people drama, which y'all know that's what I love, and that is what Geneva Rose tends to do best. So I'm also going to go in blind with this one. I know it's annoying to watch a TBR and not get a synopsis, but y'all, you can go Google it. Like, I'm not going to sacrifice my reading experience for y'all. I'm sorry. I have to enjoy my reading, and I'm not beholden to you. So
not me fighting demons, not me fighting comments that have not been left yet. Oh my god.
Sorry I'm not going to give a synopsis, but I do want to go into this one blind, but just know it is rich people drama. It is, I believe, a tinge of a legal thriller, which Geneva Rose has done that in her past 2 books as well. And I've heard that this is more romantic suspense than thriller, and y'all know I love a romance subplot if it's done well. So trust you're going to get the tea on that one. And the final book I want to put in that video is What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. This one to me, it just kind of seemed like, you know, just another book of the month thriller. They're usually good, but like not a big priority for me. And then I heard Gabby talking about this in her April wrap up, actually this morning when I watched it. And immediately I was like, I have to add this to that vlog because it sounds so good. She made it sound amazing. We are following these girls who were involved in like this tragedy with this killer, and they survived and sent him to jail. And then they find out that he died in prison. So now they're like,
so now that he's dead and gone, do we tell the world what really happened?
And our main character is like, wait, what? That's not what really happened. So it feels like we're figuring out along with her what actually happened back then and what is going on in present day. I love a like dual timeline like that, and I love being in the dark with our main character. So I have high hopes for this. Also, I feel like if Gabby raves about a new release thriller, I gotta pick it up. My next vlog that I'm gonna be filming in the month of May was voted on by my patrons. Every single month, I do a Patreon exclusive video that will literally never be seen on YouTube. I don't know, I feel like I don't talk about my Patreon that much, so maybe y'all don't know, especially my newer people. You might not know, I literally put a video out on Patreon every single month, full production, normal video, just like I would put up on this channel, but it's not ever gonna be on this channel because it's only for patrons. So last month, I tier ranked every single book that I've read this year so far, and that was a really enlightening video. And this month, we are doing a Patreon exclusive reading vlog where they just choose the books that I'm gonna read, and then I do a normal reading vlog like I do. So these are the books that they voted on for that. First up, we have The Secret Bedroom. This is a Fear Street book, obviously by R.L. Stine. And we're following this teenage girl, and she moves into this new house, and she's so angsty and bratty, and she's like, I didn't want to leave where we lived. I liked it there. Ugh, if I have to live in this new house, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And she starts exploring this new house and finds a secret room with, I don't know, a haunting, a dead body, something nefarious, because we can see a little skeleton hand coming out of the room. And I just love Fear Street books. They're so nostalgic. I can't wait to get into this one. They also chose Virgin Night by Christopher Robertson for me to read in that vlog. And this is a slasher horror book set in the 90s. Ooh, doesn't that just sound so good? I feel like this vlog is going to be filled with nostalgia between Fear Street and a little 90s slasher. I loved a previous book that I've read from Christopher Robinson. The Cotton Candy Massacre was on my best books of the year list for 2022, so I can't wait to try more of his work. It also is just more than a slasher, it seems like. There's also Something about an all-powerful mega church, so it's kind of giving like Hillsong cult vibes. And there's obviously the title Virgin Night. I feel like the virgin kind of horror trope is gonna come up, where like the virginal perfect final girl, something's gonna be a play on that, which I'm really looking forward to. And the final book for that video is Mother by S.E. Lines. S.E. Lines is so underrated. I feel like I am the only person on BookTube giving these books 4 and 5 stars. Every single book that I've read from S.E. Lines has been 4 and 5 stars, so I'm excited to read another. This one is called Mother. It's a thriller, and it's kind of like a how far would you go for your family type of plot, where this boy is this perfect son, and he believes that he's a part of this perfect family, and yada yada da, until one day he finds a suitcase in his mom's attic, and it reveals a secret about her that
irrevocably.
Did I just have a stroke? I don't know what just happened. I cannot say that word, but y'all know what I mean. That word changes him, and he has to figure out what to do about his family, how he can possibly save his mom from the secret getting out. I also, in my haul, if you saw that this past month, have hauled a lot of books by Black authors, which I love to see. Black, BIPOC authors, all of this diversity in the thriller and horror genre. So I have quite a few here, and I figured, why not? Let's just make a vlog out of it, testing out some new to me authors and some not so new to me authors. First up, we have Slice of Cherry by Dia Reeves, and this one sounds so good. It literally sounds perfect to me. There are these two twins, and their dad was an infamous serial killer, but he got caught. And the twins that take after him, okay, they want to be little serial killer proteges as well, but they learn from how their dad got caught, and so they're gonna find a way to be little serial killer girlies and get around that by using some type of portal time travel magic. It's giving good for her horror with magical realism. Yeah, say no more. I also have The Perfect Ruin by Shanora Williams, and this book sounds so good. It's a sugar daddy, bitch, I'm gonna steal your life, like new hot young wife coming up on the scene kind of book. She is the new girl in town. She is young, and she has this hot, rich husband, and she's gonna get in with all the wives. And it's giving me poolside vibes. Like, I'm gonna save this book for the last couple weeks of the month when it's hot, boiling in Austin, Texas, and I can lay by the pool and just dive into this rich people drama. I cannot wait. Last month in April, I picked up another S.A. Cosby book after Razorblade Tears was also on my best books of 2022 list. I read Blacktop Wasteland, and y'all, I'm not going to spoil my wrap up, but I have so much to say about that book. And so, of course, I have to pick up another one from S.A. Cosby, and that is My Darkest Prayer. This is about a mortician, funeral home director guy who handles dead bodies. And when a local minister is found dead, they ask him to investigate and like do the autopsy. So he gets involved in this nefarious death. And I believe there's going to be like themes of religious trauma, unraveling the church, and like corruption that's gone on there, which y'all know I love those kind of themes. And of course, it's going to be from the lens of a man of color, which I think is going to add so much to the story. It always does with S.A. Cosby. I feel like he puts the perfect amount of commentary into his thrillers without taking away from the action or being too heavy-handed. And it's just the perfect balance. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for this one. And the last book for my BIPOC thriller horror vlog is Not So Perfect Strangers by L.S. Stratton. And I just recently hauled this one. I love the cover. It's just giving me like high-speed car chase vibes, which I'm so ready for. We are following this Black woman who is recently just made the decision to pull the trigger and leave her abusive husband. She's like, you know what? Get in the car, kiddos. We're getting out. We're making our escape. And as she's leaving, this white woman taps on her window and she's like,
hey bestie, I know you're trying to make your grand escape, but like, I'm trying to make my great escape too. Could you also help me?
And she's like, okay, I can't just drive away. There's another woman in distress. Get in, girl. So it's this white woman and this black woman. Similar situations, very different upbringings and livelihoods, and they're both trying to escape bad, scary situations. I'm so ready for it. I hope it is the action that I'm building it up to be in my little mind. And the final vlog, this one is iffy. I don't know. It's a possibility. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I am interested in it. It's another taste test video because I've been really enjoying making those. And a thriller author that I have not read from yet is TJ Newman. The one that you probably heard of from him is Falling, and this is about a like heist plane crash situation. It's very, very vague. I'll just read you the synopsis because it's so short. It says, you just boarded a flight to New York. There are 143 other passengers on board. What you don't know is that 30 minutes before the flight, your pilot's family was kidnapped, and for his family to live, everyone on the plane must die. The only way the family will survive is if the pilot follows his orders and crashes the plane. Enjoy the flight. And I've heard this one is really fast paced, but it has kind of mixed reviews, so I put it off a bit. But I just got a e-arc of the new release from TJ Newman called Drowning, which I love when authors have like similar covers and similar titles to their books. It's just very pleasing to me. And I don't know what Drowning is about, but it has the same kind of energy. Fast-paced, quick and dirty survival scenario. Y'all may be getting TJ Newman from me in May, but if you don't, then I never said that. Next up, I just have a few random books that I'm excited to possibly get to and read just for me in the month of May. The first one is 13 Stories by Jonathan Sims, and this is a horror book that kind of follows like an Agatha Christie kind of plot, but it's supposed to be a little bit more horror vibe, so we will see. It's about this billionaire who dies in this famous building that has 13 stories, and every person that was at this dinner party at his house when he died has a different reason for being there. They don't know why they got this mysterious invitation. It's kind of giving like Clue, but we're getting all of their 13 stories, and each of them lives on one of the 13 stories. Oh my gosh, it all makes sense. I'm gonna be honest though, I did start this last night. I'm buddy reading it with my friend Aspen. You need to go subscribe to her if you have not. I absolutely love her channel and her as a person. She's just so wonderful. And we're not really vibing with the writing so far, but hopefully we can keep each other engaged with the buddy read and get through it. I also have two very, very exciting books on my radar for this month, and that is two J.F. Gonzalez books! Oh my god! My Extreme Horror King. The first person to really ignite my love for the genre was J.F. Gonzalez, the king of my life, the writer of Survivor, one of my favorite books of all time. A couple of his books went back into print and I snagged them off of Amazon. Thank you, Megan, for letting me know about that. I have Screaming to Get Out, which is a extreme short story collection, and I have Voyeur, which is another extreme snuff film book. So very, very, very excited for both of these. I also have Killjoy by Holly Jackson. This is just a teensy little novella that I think will be fun to get to this month because I've been missing the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, and this is kind of like a little prequel extended version of the series that I want to see. I want to catch up with Miss Pips and just see how she's doing. And the last book that I'm super excited to possibly get to in the month of May is Taylor Jenkins Reid's newest release from last year, which is Carrie Soto is Back. I heard very, very, very mixed things about this book, but I'm excited to give my own take. Finally, I watched Daisy Jones and the Six, and I watched the adaptation of One True Loves, and it just reminded me how much I freaking love TJR. So I'm ready to read her newest release. This is a contemporary...
Am I stupid? I was about to say this is a contemporary set in the 90s. Am I dumb? This is a...
Not quite contemporary, not quite historical. It's a book set in the 90s about Carrie Soto, this amazing tennis player, gold medal winner, phenomenal woman who is making a comeback for her career, and it's going to be drama and it's going to be emotional, and I'm excited to give you guys my thoughts and my take on it. So those are all of the books that I'm hoping to get to this month. Let me know down below if there are any that I should prioritize or any that you really, really loved. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to check out Dossier, and thanks to them again for sponsoring this video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!